Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2021 love and relationship reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow and gets these readings to more people. So thank you so very much. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. These three. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. On top is the energy that grounds us. At the bottom is the energy that grounds us. So let's see what the cards have to say. At the bottom, we have the star, which is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. We have the Four of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands. Our crowning energy is the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands represents fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We can be having a bit of a battle with either a fire sign energy or somebody who's astoundingly passionate about something in a way that we're not, but also with our own passion, our desire, the way that we want to move forward. And it can be the state of the world. It can be, just everything that's going on that's not letting us move forward in relationships or have the connection that we deeply want during this time. So to be mindful of that and just of that frustration is going to be very important. Also, just a sense of energies rising during this time and needing to be very aware of that energy that's rising, of that. It can even be a temper that's rising, somebody that we're dealing with who's rather hot-headed. It can even be that we're going to be rather hot-headed during this time, or just kind of like react first and think later. And that's going to be a cause of frustration for us, but also a cause of arguments. So do be mindful of that. Let's look at our chakra energy. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, June 2021 love and relationships. Libra, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Holistic health, I love that. It's one of my favorite chakra cards. It's the root chakra. And then we have the energy we are to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Libra is to be mindful of? June 2021 love and relationships. What is the energy that Libra is to be mindful of? June 2021 love and relationships. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Okay, these two. So we have the Princess of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and we have the Prince of Swords coming together. So we are represented by air sign energy. And this is saying that we can be a little bit combative during this time. So again, that's coming up as something to be mindful of. But also, we're just going to want a change. We're going to want things to be different and a little bit exciting during this time. And so we're going to be very drawn to people who have that exciting energy to them in whatever sort of relationship we're connecting them with. Yeah, connecting to them with. Now, this could be romantic relationship. This could be, business relationships. This could be friendships. We're going to want to push that limit just a bit during this time, and because we're going to want to do so, we're not going to think things through as much as we really need to. So do be mindful of that, because the Knight of Swords in its not as developed form is just very impetuous, very much can be very sharp-tongued, very much is looking at the here and the now and what can be accomplished and moving forward super fast, just absolutely charging forward like a bull in a china shop. Then we have the Princess of Swords. Now this can be a time where at times people might say we're acting like a princess. So do be mindful of that. They might mean it to be spiteful. They might mean it to be like, oh my gosh, you're just being a bit extra during this time. And we can be extra. There's so much that we want to get done. There's so much that we want to connect with and see and understand. That extra is going to be part of our personality during this time. But also we're going to be drawn to people who are a little bit drama. Just a little bit drama, a little bit trauma, and it's going to be a bit much. So do be mindful of this, especially as, coming through as Justice in the major arcana. We need to keep things balanced and even and harmonious. And this is going to be a time where we want to say, kind of like, screw that. I just want to be, I just want to express, I just want to kind of go as fast as I humanly can and see what happens. It's almost like this bit of a daredevil mentality. So we're going to see that just even ideas of driving a motorcycle down the wrong way of the highway, just going super, super fast. Like that's the type of thing that's going to be exciting us during this time. So be mindful of that and don't do that at all. That's just an example. Now, with the chakra energy that comes forward, this is holistic health. And I love holistic health in the root chakra because it's saying, get back to the holistic you. Get back to the you that you were born to be. And it's also looking at things more holistically, more naturally, more compassionately. And this is going to be very important for us during this time to say, who am I? What do I want? What do I need? What do I desire from my life and from love? Now, you can check out Karetza in the description box below. It's a non-orgasmic lovemaking. And so here, there's a sense of getting back to a holistic healing through relationships. Right, that sense of connection. If that's not your thing, then don't click on it at all. But if you're interested, if you're curious about this bonding through energy and connection and greater understanding of your partner, but also of yourself, then do so, because I think it is really something that our world is missing. Our world is always talking about climaxes. We have to get to the top with everything. We have to just achieve the greatest highs with everything. Our food, our junk food is set up that way. And even the way that we look at love, it's set up that way. Those peaks, the orgasms that are just absolute peaks. And this is something that's more kind of, it's a more plain orgasm. It is. And so it brings those dopamine levels up. It brings the serotonin levels up, but it does it in a very different way. So check that out, but also check out embracing who it is that we are, geekiness and all, or, eccentricities and all, and being able to holistically connect. At our root, with our root chakra, that's going to be intrinsically important. It moves us to being grounded first and foremost with the star. This is a time where dreams are so important to us, where what we desire, what we want, what we need comes forward to us in the realm of dreams, in the realms of beautiful expectations. But there is going to be a sentiment during this time that dreams can outweigh reality, and we're going to want things to be kind of like a fairy tale. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a fairy tale, but during this time, especially because we're going to be wanting to push limits and push barriers, this is a time where our dreams can be unrealistic. And this is a time to step back, and that's why connecting holistically to what we want, to what we desire, to what makes us happy, to what we need within our life, that's going to be really important. And this moves us to divinity saying, you're going to get what you need. And that's not getting what you want. It's getting what you need, what your soul needs, what your soul longs for. And this is going to start opening up that path. Now, as this path opens, we have to acknowledge the hurts, the traumas, the pains, the disappointments that we have been through. The Four of Swords says it's astoundingly important to look at ourselves, to honor our path, to honor where the road didn't go right and where things got messed up, and not to blame ourselves and say, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, but to say, okay, this is part of my journey, the failures, the successes, and everything in between. And then it moves us to the Three of Wands. It moves us to looking at a new horizon. Why? Because we've honored ourselves within relationships, within love, but also just within us. Because so much of the time, we look at relationships and we look at love, and it's, what can I get from another person? What can I give to another person? And we don't say, what do I need? What do I want? What do I like? What is it that I desire? And by stepping back and looking at failed relationships, whether they be relationships with, friends and caregivers and siblings and, coworkers in our lives, or whether it be failed relationships of the romantic sort, it's saying, okay, what wasn't right there? Why did Spirit have me move on? What is it that I desire? And there's a new horizon that comes up. There's a new dawn. There's a new energy. There's a new sense of, this is me. This is what I want. This is where I need to be. My ships have been set out. I put into the universe what I desire, what I want. I'm also actively, participating in the world. And now I'm calling forward. I'm calling home those ships. I'm calling forward, the fruits of my labor. And it can be a little bit difficult because of the world and everything like that. But we're going to start to see things opening up. We're going to start to see ourselves opening up in a way that is like, oh, that's what was missing. That's what I wanted. That's what I desired. And it brings us to the crowning energy of the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is chaos for the sake of chaos, sabotaging for the sake of sabotaging. We can have patterns, and we can see these patterns mirroring those of our caregivers. We can see these patterns mirroring the insecurities that we have, the hurts that were set into us when we were small, or when we first fell in love, when we were teenagers, and the hurts and the pains that came up then, the abandonment, the despair, the things not working out the way that we desired them to, and see how that has affected us. The Five of Wands is chaos and hurt and disappointment and arguing for the sake of arguing during this time, because we want this change. We want things to move forward in this way. We're a little bit restless. We're going to see ourselves, kind of exploding things in our own lives just to see what happens. And stepping back from that energy, Libra, is going to be so important to us. It's going to be intrinsically important to us during this time to say, okay, no. I'm not going down that road. I'm not embracing that pattern of existence anymore. And I'm not going to let myself, or I'm going to call myself out on every time I am drawn to the people who are drama, to the people who are too much work, to the people who are just like, oh my goodness. So here, I get to call forward me in a very open and honest way. I also get to, call out the part of me that is perpetuating this drama, this hurt, this chaos, this pain. Holistically, I'm healing myself. Now, whether this involves writing a letter to ourselves in the way that we're disappointed in love, and mailing it to ourselves so that we get time to be away from those emotions, and then we get the letter from past us, and we look at it. We look at the way that we see things, and we read it with openness and honesty and compassion for who we are and what we desire. And it can also be, doing EMDR, doing tapping on the emotions and on the energy that has held us back, that has kept us from where it is that we want to be. Then we embrace our passion. We embrace our fire. There's a new dawn. There's a new day. There's a bit of magic in the air that we really need to hold on to take in, to let be a part of us. Yes, the fire sign energy is going to be intense. We can have a bit of a temper during this time because, again, there's just such an energy of change and wanting things now and being tired of being cooped up and waiting and everything in between. And so even if we're in a relationship, it's like we want more. We want more passion. We want more connection. We want more during this time. And that's going to be really important to be able to say to ourselves, well, what do I want? How do I want this to be? What is it that I desire? and seeing how we can incorporate that into our lives, seeing the honesty that we bring forward, seeing if we want to incorporate it with the person that we're with. Are we with that person because they're just a person to be with now, but when things change, things are going to change in a really big way. So being very open with ourselves and saying what we want and what we don't want, and what we're doing and where it is that we want to be, starts opening up doors and opportunities, and starts bringing the passion, the magic, the fire forward, and really lets it ignite within us, not in a all-consuming way, but in a way that is brilliant and bright. It's like a bonfire, or it's like a fire on a cold winter day, or in the summer to keep away the bugs. It warms, but it's not overpowering. So that's what we want the energy to be, because during this time, it can very easily overpower us. It can very easily just become this furnace, this, just engulfing energy that sweeps over us and takes over and really judges all the relationships that we have, all the ways that we are connecting, because it's pushing the limits. It wants more and more and more. Our subconscious chakra message is visualization. This is the third eye chakra. This is needing to visualize what we want. And I know visualization, it gets a really bad rap. So visualization is this sense of, if I see it, then it will happen. No, it's creating those pathways within our minds. It's opening up this avenue for success. So what happens with visualization is that we start to see what we desire, we start to see what we want, and our mind does not know the difference between visualization and reality, does not know the difference between imagination and reality, which, if we think about it, is kind of terrifying, but it's going to be really brilliant. So here we are embracing this way of thinking, this passion forward. We're looking at what we love and what we want, and it's not living in a fairy tale. It's saying, this is what my soul desires. This is the way that I need to connect. I know that the love that I see in books and on movies, they're fairy tales. They are fairy tales. Love takes work. Love takes tremendous communication. Love takes awkward conversations and intensity. And then love becomes something that's really brilliant and can become something that is so profoundly amazing that it sweeps us away. It just takes our hearts and our souls and ourselves. And so visualizing the love that we want, visualizing the way that we want to move forward, and then feeling comfortable enough, because we've seen it within our own mind enough times, to either bring it to our partners or to be open and honest with our desires for ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, which is strength, which is fire sign energy. This is Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd. There's a sense of might equals right. There's a sense of being very attracted to the loudest person in the room, or the person who is perceived to be the most powerful. Step back, and this is a time with the subconscious energy to really embrace the strength of the heart, of the soul, of the conviction, of spirit, of the determination of self and desires. It moves us to our subconscious rooted message, which is the death card, Scorpio energy, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the fact that everything changes and nobody can stop it. We ourselves here subconsciously are changing, are being empowered, and are changing closer to our dreams than we had realized, but they're not going to be the exact way that we envisioned it, that we desired it. So it can be a little bit complicated. And then it moves us to our subconscious crowning message, which is the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, June 21st to July 22nd. The subconscious and the conscious part of ourselves coming together to be able to pull the Chariot forward, to be able to pull us to the place that we desire. We're going to see a lot more focus coming in subconsciously around the Cancer time frame, beginning on the 21st of June, and really having this insight, this desire to the way that we want to go, to where it is that we want to be, and to the fact that we're fiercer, Libra, than we give ourselves credit for. All right, Libra, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a rising of our positive energy as we embrace love. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.